If you're learning AI by hopping from tool to tool without building the fundamentals first, you're basically training yourself to stay confused. I did that too. I spent months chasing whatever was trending, thinking the next app would be the breakthrough. It wasn't. What actually changed everything was getting solid on 5 fundamentals that stay true no matter which model you use, which subscription you pay for, or which new framework drops next month. These fundamentals decide whether AI becomes your unfair advantage or just another distraction. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 fundamentals that matter most, with practical examples you can copy and a few updates from what's happening right now in the AI world. Let's set the stage. AI isn't just ChatGPT anymore. We're in a world of reasoning models, research tools, image generators, coding agents, automations, and deep research systems that can browse and compile sources. The market is noisy. The people winning are not the ones trying everything. They're the ones using a simple system and executing consistently. Fundamental 1, prompt construction, not prompt typing. Most people prompt the way they Google. They type something vague like, write an email to a client. Then they hit enter and hope the AI reads their mind. Sometimes you get something usable. Most of the time, you get generic output that sounds like it was written by a corporate robot. Instead, think of prompts like engineering a request. To fix this, Google actually released a framework for this in their prompt engineering course. They call it TCREI, Task, Context, References, Evaluate, and Iterate. Google's own guidance on prompt design pushes this same idea. Be specific, add context, use examples, and refine based on results instead of expecting perfection on the first try. Let me show you how that looks. Task. Write a 150-word apology email to a client about a missed deadline. Context. They've been a client for 5 years. This is the second delay this month. They're upset. Reference. Match the tone of this email I wrote before and paste a real sample. Evaluate and iterate. After getting the response, you tighten the wording, verify any facts, and ask for a second version that's shorter, warmer, or more direct. Here's the mindset shift. AI gets you most of the way there fast. Your judgment finishes the last part. That's how you get outputs that feel human and specific, not generic. Fundamental 2. Stop forcing one tool to do everything. One of the biggest productivity mistakes is using a single chatbot for everything like research, citations, images, coding, workflows, all of it. You'll get average results and waste time. Instead, organize your AI stack into 4 slots. Reasoning engines. These are the general purpose brains, such as ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. Pick one and get good at it. Don't keep switching every week. Research engines. Use these when accuracy matters more than creativity. Tools like NotebookLM are built around working with sources and documents and are designed to help you study and synthesize what you provide. This category is where you go when you want fewer hallucinations and more grounded answers. Specialists. These tools dominate one job: image generation, voice, video editing, coding, IDEs, design, and so on. A specialist tool usually beats a general chatbot at its own niche. Automators. These don't generate, they connect systems. If you keep repeating the same steps daily, you don't need a better prompt. You need automation. Platforms like Make are built for building no-code workflows, including AI steps inside automations. Once you think in these 4 slots, your setup becomes simple. One brain, one researcher, a few specialists, one automator. Fundamental 3, agents are the big shift, not just chat. A chatbot helps you. An agent does the work. That difference is huge. Chatbot workflow is that you copy an email, paste it, ask for a reply, copy the reply, send it yourself. But the agent workflow is that the system detects the email, checks a database or policy, drafts the reply in your style, and prepares it to send. Same is with the research. You could open 40 tabs planning a trip, comparing hotels, reading reviews, checking weather patterns, building an itinerary, or you use a deep research style workflow that searches, gathers, compares, and summarizes across sources, then gives you a structured plan. This idea is becoming mainstream. Google has been pushing deep research style capabilities inside Gemini, where the assistant can compile a report-like output from research steps. Right now, you can approach agents in 2 ways. Pre-build agents. You give the goal, the system runs the workflow. Custom agents. You build your own workflows using tools like Make or Zapier and connect them to your apps. Here's the point. Learning to direct agents is becoming more valuable than memorizing tools. The tool changes, the workflow, thinking stays. Fundamental 4. Open source AI is not optional anymore. Here's the simplest way to understand it. Closed source AI means you rent intelligence. Open source AI means you can run the engine on your terms. But why does that matter? First thing is privacy. Local processing can keep sensitive data off third-party servers. Second is stability. You're not at the mercy of sudden pricing changes, rate limits, or feature removals. And lastly, customization. You can fine-tune or adapt models for your workflow. And no, you don't need a data center. A very practical entry point is running models locally using Allama, which is designed to make downloading and running local models straightforward. If you're a creator, a freelancer, or a developer building anything serious, open source isn't just a nice to know. It's a control lever. You don't have to switch today, but you should understand the landscape because the gap between only the big companies have the best models and everyone can access strong models has narrowed a lot. Fundamental 5. You don't need to be a software engineer to build software now. This is the part that still doesn't feel real to people. We're entering an era where you can describe what you want in plain English and AI will help you build it. Not just snippets, actual working tools. A simple example is here. I want a web app where I upload a spreadsheet, choose bar or line or pie chart, and download the chart. A year ago, that meant hiring a developer. Now it can mean using AI-assisted coding environments. Replit has positioned its agent experience around building and deploying from natural language prompts. Cursor has also pushed the AI-first coding editor approach for generating and editing code inside a real development workflow. The new skill isn't write every line. The new skill is be clear about what you want. Break it into steps. Test what you got. Iterate intelligently. That's product thinking. And AI makes product thinking more powerful. Where this is going next, multimodal, AI becomes normal. Right now, we're still stuck thinking the interface is a text box, but multimodal is changing that fast. Google's Gemini models have been showcased for understanding long context and multimodal inputs, including working with video. The future workflow looks like this. You upload a screen recording of a bug, and ask the AI to diagnose it. You give a voice note and it turns it into a clean proposal. You point a camera at a problem and the system helps in real time. So if you want to stay ahead, don't just practice typing prompts. Practice directing outcomes using text files, screenshots, audio, and video. If you master these 5 fundamentals, you stop depending on hype. You stop feeling overwhelmed by the tool flood, and you start getting consistent, measurable results from AI. Prompt construction, tool strategy, agents, open source control, AI assisted building. That's the foundation. And once you have the foundation, any new tool that shows up next month becomes easy to evaluate. Does it improve one of these fundamentals, or is it just noise?
If you enjoyed the lesson, please give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments. My team and I have worked so hard to make learning simple for you. Thanks for watching, and let's keep learning together.